guys, watching Go Doctor 2, and today we're going to be talking about the Ruth Doctor, the Timeless Child Doctor. She could be the Timeless Child, she could be the Parallel Doctor, but there's also, Christian was saying that there's no Parallel Doctor, she is the Doctor, but we'll get onto that. And she could be the Doctor, the Metacrisis Doctor from the Dr. Donna, or she could be in between 2 and 3, and she could be before William Hartnell. So we've got slots we can put her in, and we're going to try and work out, because she isn't a future Doctor, it's quite clearly established. Or it could be not the Doctor, and there's a mind wipe and trickery going on like the next Doctor from the David Tennant Christmas special. We've got all them theories, we're talking about bits, but before we talk about all that, we've also got Ruth working for an agency. Basically, in this Shadoon episode, these Time Lords have hired the Shadoon to chase the Doctor because the Doctor's left the agency, and the Doctor's in hiding in a human form, like we saw in The Last of the Time Lords, and like we saw in the Family of Blood, Series 3, David Tennant episodes. We saw the Metacrisis little fob watch. We have a fire extinguisher sort of thing where she pressed to remember that she was a Doctor again, but before that she was human, and she scanned as human as well. Obviously we scanned her now and she is the Doctor, so that is a thing that it is fact, she's the Doctor. We also have her working for an agency and her saying she's trying to get rid of the agency and trying to run off, not word by word, but that's basically what she's saying. She's trying to get away from them, and the Time Lords are chasing the Doctor because maybe she is the Timeless Child and they need to keep her on observation, I can't say the word, like keep her checking on her and keep her secure because she's a bigger thing than we know at this point. Also, the Doctor working for an agency, what are they doing in this agency? The Doctor's in on the plan. Obviously the Master hasn't known that the Doctor's in on this because he would have killed the Doctor otherwise, and maybe in a way he did try and kill the Doctor, which the Master's never done before, but he wanted to kill the Doctor in a way because maybe he found out that she is the Timeless Child, and he's upset that his best friend is part in on this, but then he probably knows that she don't know. Well, he doesn't. Well, he knows that she don't know because he's not telling her anything. So he knows probably the whole story at this point, the Master, or maybe he doesn't know the Doctor's involved. But the Doctor is definitely involved. It would make sense for the Doctor to be involved and to find out about this agency. It also puts a bit of a downer. The Master and the Doctor dynamic, they grew up as kids and grew up together and split different ways. Now the Doctor was something else and then went as a kid. It's a bit like, But yeah, the Doctor must have lost her memory at some point, and then we see the transformation into William Hartnell, and if they do the route before William Hartnell, I want to see the transformation. I want a CGI William Hartnell scene to show that he is, this is how it happened. If we're going to go down that route, explain how and show us how. Don't just talk about it off camera, this is what happened. No, show us. And yeah, we've got a lot of questions for this, and this is obviously the Doctor before the Time War, before the Master blew up Gallifrey and nuked it and whatever. So this is before them two wars where Gallifrey got destroyed twice. So yeah, we've also got that woman that was chasing that Gallifreyan. She's Gallifreyan, she didn't regenerate, so maybe it's how they get regenerations. Maybe we'll learn how Time Lords actually started to regenerate, and that would be a good interesting story and scene to see how maybe they experimented on the Doctor and the Master was fuming that his best friend had been tortured and treated like this, and maybe he got Ruth out, and Ruth knows who the Master is at this point, and the Master helped Ruth get out, and then they went back in time for revenge or some sort. But the Doctor is definitely all war. You could see how she took out the Shadoon and all sorts. Anyway, that's my opinion on where we're at. But that could be for the Timeless Child, and the Timeless Child would be before William Hartnell. If that made any sense, hopefully. But now I'm going on to another scenario, of course, with... I'm going in order, going down the list. There's no future Doctor, so we skip up to that point. We've got the second Doctor and the third Doctor. We never saw the regeneration, so she could easily slot in there. But the second Doctor did have a sonic screwdriver, and she didn't know what a sonic screwdriver was. Maybe she didn't know what the sonic screwdriver was from the looking of the 13th Doctor Sonic. Maybe she knows what a sonic is, but she doesn't know what that is because it looks nothing like the sonic screwdriver that the second Doctor had. She could easily slot in there, and maybe she was working with the Time Lords before she got exiled on Earth. And we'll learn that and see that scenario, and that yet again I would like to see Troughton turn into the Roof if that is the case, and then 13, Roof to turn into the third Doctor at the end of the climax. That would be interesting, and we get a full scenario of regeneration then. But also that means that knocks out the 11th Doctor's last story. I mean, it contradicts that, and Doctor Who's contradicted itself so many times, but we've had that scenario where basically the Doctor can only regenerate and have 13 faces, but the 10th Doctor regenerated twice, and we had a War Doctor, so 11 was the last one. But that contradicts that if we put Ruth in the actual Doctor's timeline in between another Doctor, so that will mess up a bit, and maybe the Doctor's always could regenerate forever, and maybe the Time Lords cover their own backs in the 11th Doctor's last story and pretended to give him an extra regeneration when actually it weren't an extra load of regenerations. He's always had it, he just didn't know, and his body was going to change anyway, so they did it to cover their backs just in time for the Doctor to not ask any questions. That could be a scenario. We also have another scenario now, which is the Meta-Crisis Doctor, the Dr. Donna. The 10th Doctor regenerated and kept his own face because he had the spare hand. I had his spare hand from Captain Jack. Interesting, Captain Jack's in this story as well when the new Doctor's revealed, so it could be kind of linked. A little bit. We could also have Donna touches the hand and gets the regeneration in her. Davros electrocutes her, creates it in action, and Donna's another kind of Time Lord. She's got his brain and stuff like that, but it gets wiped. Donna's not in the equation for Ruth, but the Meta-Crisis that grew from this handy spare hand maybe found out a way of regenerating and becoming a parallel Earth Doctor now, or she could be her own actual parallel Doctor, and there's always been parallel Earths and all that stuff. But obviously Chris Chibnall said no, that's not happening, but he could lie to us. I mean, John Barrowman lied and said he didn't say he weren't in it, he just made up stories and tried to create diversion, so when we saw the episode it was a surprise, which Doctor Who's done before and lied a little bit, little fibs, and maybe we found out Chris Chibnall's plan and he's a bit like, oh crap, no, it's not that, that's that, be surprised when you see it, please. So it could be that. Anyway, that's my opinion on who Ruth is, and yeah, she is working for an agency trying to run from that, and hopefully we see that. And we also saw from Spyfall the little girl, I'm going to say black actor, because it's not racist to say that, I don't think. I've asked my friends what would you prefer, and like coloured or black, and they've completely said one or the other. It's just describing basically in a nice way. And this black actress, who's a little girl, is looking at these two little like massive things. It looks similar to the Husbands of River song, where basically the Darillion, the Singing Towers of Darillion, it looks like them towers sort of thing that she's looking at. It's not that, but it looks similar to that. So we're interested to see Ruth as a little girl and then grow up to being Ruth, and then obviously it's not Ruth, but I'm calling her Ruth because it's easy to scream because we don't have a number for her yet. And yeah, that's basically my opinion. I think she's going to grow up, become Ruth. We're going to see a certain sequence of her growing up really quick in like a minute or so scene, and we're also going to learn bits about her origin at some point, maybe series 13, maybe series 14. And then that's it really, and that's basically my thoughts on Ruth. And I think it is a 5-year plan from 2018. We've got miss of 2019, so we're on to 2020 now. and then we've got 3 years left of Chris Chibnall's plan in a way of actual on-screen canon. It could build up to the 60th anniversary and it all gets revealed there. So we might have to wait until the 60th for this big episode and big question arc thing, and it will probably bring back other Doctors because it's the 60th, bring back more Doctors, and we'll learn about the Doctor's history. I mean, the Day of the Doctor was a big thing for history, and now we're getting a big history of the actual Doctor itself, which would be interesting. 60 years of the show, and we finally learn a bit more about his origin. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do a video now on the Timeless Child. Again, I mean, I've explained this in a way, but I may do an up-to-date video in the future, so yeah, stick around for that. But yeah, I just gave my opinions on the Timeless Child now, and I've given my opinions on Ruth from what we know so far. So there may be a video in the future, long distance, but yeah, I'm also going to be reviewing episode 6 on Sunday, so check that out. I've also got a new YouTube channel called The Higgins Chat, and basically I'm just going to talk about anything and everything not Doctor Who related. I'm going to review shows like Gotham or Being Human or Luther and Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and so on. I'm just going to review a lot of different shows and talk about that, and Marvel movies and all sorts, and it's basically just anything and everything. So the Higgins Chat is going to be up soon, and also we're going to have basically for this channel I've done a Wales Comic Con video. I've also done reviews of the series so far, and I've done a lot of theory videos, and I've also done a video on Unit and how Captain Jack can bring back Unit. Before Captain Jack returned, I didn't even know Jack was returning when I did this video, so that's literally a couple days before he got revealed, so I was good that I did that then. So go and check out how Captain Jack could bring back Unit. That'd be an interesting video for you. Comment, rate, subscribe, get that little bell, and yeah, subscribe, because we're almost at 40 subscribers, which is not a big deal, but it is a big deal for me to get to 40 subscribers, so hopefully you can help us get there and get the channel big and noticed. And yeah, I'll be working on 2 channels now. Go Doctor Who, you've been watching it. Comment, rate, subscribe, get that little bell so you don't miss any videos, and yeah, I'll see you for my review of episode 6 and continue, and then I'll talk about the series as a whole, and then we're doing top 10 companion rankings and all sorts, top 10 monsters and all sorts like that to come. So comment, rate, subscribe, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.